Okay, hello, I'm Dennis. And in this video, we're going to install Fedora. Fedora, let's come back. This is their homepage, getfedora.org. We'll come back to that. I have it set up in Oracle's VirtualBox. I give it 4 gigabytes of RAM, 2 cores of my processor. I've enabled the EFI, and I've given it 56.5 gigabytes of virtual hard disk. Let me go click get started here. First option it highlights to is, or defaults to, is test this media and install Fedora 33. We're going to skip that. I run the MD check on my ISO and it was fine. We're going to install Fedora 33. And I'm pretty sure the guest editions are not going to be here. Nevertheless, I'm going to right Control F to get in full screen here. Starting the installer. One moment, please. Anaconda, main page, log, storage log, program. Help is F1. I was reading that down at the bottom there. Alright, so our first option here, we don't have a desktop. We just have the installer, which is Anaconda installer. It correctly selected English in the US for me. And we'll left click. Sure, you can hear my mouse click. Pretty sure I clicked that. Maybe it wasn't ready for me to. Something happened. Okay, so keyboard is good. Language support is good. Time and date is good. Next option here is installation source. Even though it's got a warning symbol there, it will not let me. All right, let's get this out of the way first. So we're going to select the hard drive. We're going to customize it. Put the check back on it and then hit customize. We're ready to do that. So I'm going to click done. And it should allow me to, the bottom here, it's showing that we got 56.5 gigs. Mount point here will be EFI, boot EFI. We're going to give it 512 capital M for megabytes and add the mount point. Next option, click the plus button. We're going to say swap. And we're going to give this 6 capital G per gigabytes, add mount point. And there it is. Click on the plus button again. This mount point will be the slash indicating root. Desired capacity, let's give it say 18 capital G for gigabytes, add the mount point. We have 31 gigs left. I'm going to say the mount point is home, and I'm going to leave the capacity blank so that it should use the rest of the available space. Click add mount point, and it did, 31.99. So here we got home, mount point, 31.90. Device type, we're going to give it a standard partition. We're going to take the XFS off, so change that to ext4. We'll give this a label of home. Update the settings. Now we'll go to our root folder here. Updating that, I guess. Swap. There is no mount point. Device type, standard partition. File system is swap. Update the system. Okay, this is the root. Mount point is there, 18 gigabytes, no LVM, standard partition. Again, ext4. We're going to say root for the label there. Say update the settings. And that's it, right? EFI, boot partition, standard partition, EFI system. So all that's good. I'm going to say done. Okay, this is what it's going to do. Summary. It's all right. Except if it wasn't, you could go back. Now we can say installation source. Let's create a root password first. It's going to tell me it's too short. Down here at the bottom, it says the password is too short. You will have to press done twice to confirm it. So once, twice. All right, we're going to add a user before we do all that other stuff. Dennis. Password. Tab down. Under advanced here, this is where you would specifically add a user to the following groups. It's going to automatically be in the wheel group. Make this user administrator. Require a password to use this account. All right, I'm going to say done. It's going to make me done twice for the password. Okay, so everything's set up now except our installation source. Which installation source would you like to use? On the network, the closest mirror. Install the latest available software updates. Install the default versions provided by the installation source above only. Done. Software selection. Okay, so here's where we get to select our desktop. I'm going to select XFCE. Your choices are quite extensive here. You got Fedora, custom operating system, basic building block for custom Fedora systems, minimum install, Fedora server, Fedora workstation, Fedora cloud server, KDE Plasma, my favorite XFCE, LXDE, LXQT, Cinnamon, Mate, Sugar Desktop. You know, I seen that, how to install that on Arch once, and I never have installed it. A software playground for learning and about learning. A software playground for learning about learning. That's pretty nice. The Deepen Desktop. Development and Creative Workstation, Web Server, Infrastructure Server, and Basic Desktop. Well, I'm going to select there. We're going to want to install, this is some software, extra plugins for the extra panel, multimedia support. We might as well get XFCE Office. This group collects graphical administration tools for the system, such as managing user accounts and configuring system hardware, audio production, authoring and publishing. That's for writing books. C development tools and libraries. Cloud infrastructure, Compiz. Definitely want some Compiz. Container management, tools for managing Linux containers. D development tools and libraries, Design Suite. These packages are targeted toward professional designers and are related to graphics, webs, and animation. Sure, you want to see that. Development tools. Since this is a VM, I'm not going to do that. If I was putting it on hardware, I'd put that in there just to see what I could do with it, probably. Domain membership. Support for joining a free IPA or Active Directory domain. Fedora Eclipse, integrated development environments based on Eclipse editors, sometimes called text editors. Yeah, let's get that one. Educational software. Let's pass on that for now. Electronic labs, design and simulation tools for hardware engineering and scientific, free IPA server, engineering and scientific. Games and entertainment, absolutely. We'll see if Solitaire's on there. Tools for managing the system without an attached graphical console. I'm going to have an attached graphical console. LibreOffice, I thought we just did that. Let's see. Oh, I guess not. All right. Mate applications. Milky Mist tool chain for Milky Mist hardware engineers, network servers, neuron modeling simulators, office productivity. This application includes suites, PDF viewers, and more. We need that. Python tools used to teach. Python science, robotics, RPM development tools, security lab, sound and video. We absolutely want that. System tools. We absolutely want that. Text-based internet. Don't really care. Windows managers. Simple window managers that aren't part of the larger desktop environment. I'm going to leave that unticked for now. Up here at the top left, I'm going to select none or done. Okay. Now, installation source, that was good. The closest mirror, that was all good. So all of this stuff is No more warning signs. It's all good. I'm going to say begin installation. And there was no way to set the resolution unless Control T gets me a terminal within the installer, and it does not. It's got to partition our disk, format our disk, download the packages that we want, and then install them. It's 2.55 gigabytes is what it's going after. So I'm going to right Control F to get out of full screen here. Let's bring up the web browser. This is their homepage, getfedora.org. Welcome to Freedom. Fedora creates an innovative, free, and open source platform for hardware, clouds, and containers that enable software developers and community members to build tailored solutions for their users. 3 options right up front here. You have the Fedora Workstation, which is meant for like laptops and home computers. The server, which is meant for servers. The IoT. If you keep coming down to the bottom here, you'll see you can go to their magazine and get silver blue. Fedora Core OS, I'm sorry. Here's the magazine. I was looking down and talking up. If I want more Fedora options, you can see we got Fedora spins. If I click on that, it'll open up this page here, which is their spins. Their official version is GNOME, or their, what they call it, their not sales ship. Anyway, GNOME is their official desktop that they have by default. On the Fedora spins, we got Plasma, XFCE, LXQT, Mate Compass, Cinnamon Desktop, LXDE, and SOAS Desktop. What are the spins? Says you how to download them, use them, and install them. Go back to their home page. Like I said, right here it says Fedora alternate downloads. You click on that, and it'll open up this page, and it tells you that you can do a network installer, which is exactly what I did. The download was only, for the net installer, was 686 megabytes, which would fit on a old CD. But instead of downloading it here, I downloaded it here. Got the torrent. That's the net installer. Interesting here that it does say, note, you can select different editions of Fedora to install with this net install. You are not limited to the server edition only. That was in there at the beginning when on the opening screen there with the software, where we've selected our desktop and any extra software that we wanted to go ahead and get installed in the beginning. Fedora's been around a long, long time. About Fedora, sponsors, Fedora magazine. I have a Fedora core book. You'll have to forgive me, I'm going to move. And I can only hope that it comes through the camera right there. It's Fedora Core 3, or Fedora Red Hat Linux Fedora 3. And I bought this book back in probably 2002. Book's even got the original disc. And there's 2 different versions. I'm hoping you can see all that. Pretty nice. Since I've started using Linux regular here, I've learned quite a bit out of that book. Like, for instance, disk free. Fedora 33 wiki. I'm going to left click on that and say open up in a new tab. That's the wiki. Let me check our install real quick. We're downloading almost half of it, so we got a little time here. Fedora Wiki, Fedora Project Wiki. The space is primarily used as a collaboration tool for our contributor community, developers, packages, designers, writers, translators, quality assurance, and so on. Looking for documentation? Try the docs at the fedoraproject.org. This includes an interview or overview of the Fedora project, as well as release notes, and the installation guide. you got to give it the kudos to Fedora. They have a really nice web page set up, and from here you can get anything you need. It's just a couple links on their main page. It's simple. It's just not overwhelming you with a whole bunch of information. However, every question that you have has a link on this page. Go back to the wiki here. Want to get Fedora? Tells you that. Looking to contribute this wiki. Let's go back to the top here. Wiki for documentation project. Let's click on the release notes. Release notes. This document provides the release notes for Fedora 33. Text and illustrations in this document are licensed by Red Hat under Creative Commons Attribution, Share Alike. Linux, Java, XFS is a trademark of Silicon Graphics International Corp. or its subsidiaries in the United States and or other countries. Like I said, you can really learn a lot just reading their web pages here, their links. Like I said, I think that their home page is what everybody should aspire to because it's simple. You see, I'm already at the bottom of it. It just wasn't that much, just overwhelming you with information. But, you have simple selections. It says Fedora Workstation is a polished, easy-to-use operating system for laptop and desktop computers. Somebody looking for Fedora, the first option they have is right here. And you can say learn more or download now. Most people, I would think, would click on learn more and then download. So really nice. I think so anyway. Fedora's done a really good job on their, I'm going to say, branding. Let's go back to the installer. 2.11. So it's not far from being finished, but it's kind of too long to wait. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, and I'll be back when it gets closer. Okay, so it got finished there. I don't know exactly how long that took, but it took quite a while. Here, only option we have is to reboot the system. So I'm going to click on reboot the system. Get back in full screen here. It is capturing my mouse. And there's our grub. Fedora Rescue. Okay, we're going to go into Fedora. And we should have an XFCE desktop with really quite an array of software, ranging from video to audio to office, printing, hardware monitoring. Sensors failed. We're in a virtual box. And our mouse appeared way over here. Wow, nice. Finish configuration, initial setup. All right. Well, that's a very nice login screen. I'm going to put in my password, hit enter, and it allowed me to sign in with a capital D. Nice. I think I see a bar forming up here. Icons. Got the dock at the bottom. Applications. We have no sound. Audio mixer. Not going to connect. An update might take care of that. Let's see what we got here. All right, so that's definitely not the whisker menu. So, display, accessibility, illustration. Let's run the updater. I think it's this. So it's not update yet. Check for updates. Well, they must be running in the background. No updates available. We are online. No updates available. Huh. System book rename. Problem reporting. D-Link troubleshooter. C Linux. Sensor view. Task manager. Lunar File Manager, XFCE Terminal, XF Dashboard. Uh-oh. Wow, that's unique. Settings, administration, accessories, graphics, internet, multimedia. All right. See if I can click back off of that somehow. Uh-oh. There we go. I hit escape and it took me out of that. XFCE control board, dashboard, XF dashboard. I'll have to look at that further. Sparkle Share under other. Office, we got Libre Writer. We didn't get the full suite here unless there's some more hidden somewhere. Multimedia. Now I selected quite a bit of stuff in there. Capture and import, asunder for ripping DVD or CDs. Creation, digital processing. Let's see, we're full of stuff here. Full of stuff. But I asked for it. All the jack stuff, the MIDI, for recording MIDI instruments, sequencers, Audacity, Adore, Ardor, Muse, Q-Tractor, Roast Garden. I'm going to have to look up some of these mixers. It says we got Pulse Audio volume control, but must be missing something. That was under mixers, output, XF burn, tools, lash panel, add 64, also mixer. So we got some ALSA and some Pulse, but we still had no sound. Or, it could be in my settings. Asunder, Audacity, Bristol, CAF plugin. That's something concerning with Jack Audio, Carla Control, Drum KB, Eco Mixer, a lot of audio stuff, Guitarix, a lot of guitar stuff, a lot of music stuff. That was one of the drawbacks. It didn't give you really a selection. When you selected the category, you got all the stuff, not just a part of it. Wow, that's just too much to even read. Quads Mixer, Quad CTL, Quad Art, Q Synth, Q Tractor, Quick Scan. I'm hoping that's a scanner. Let's see, Ray Session. All of this, most of this has to do with music. All that jack stuff for sure. Under internet, we got Sparkle Share and Tiger VNC Viewer. No browser. Under graphics, Blender, Darktable, Diagram Editor, Entangle, Font Forge, QMic QT, GMic QT, GNU Image, GIMP, GPIC, Huggin Batch Processor, Huggin Calibrate Lens, Huggin Panorama Creator, Inkscape, Krita, nice selection. I use that. Scribus, Shotwell, and Synfig Studio. Synthetic. Let's see about it. Synfig Studio, 2D Vector Animation Studio. Pretty nice. Way over my head, I think. Let's see, with some graphics, Shotwell, Synfig, Education, VM Pack, documentation about XFCE under accessories, Compass Fusion, Compass Start, Disk, Shutter for a camera, screenshot. Under administration, we got the updater. Open that up. Let's see, is it going to let me do anything? Not letting me select anything. I was wanting to update it. DNF Dragora. Okay, here we go. Something's happening there. Fedora is checking for updates, I guess. Or it'll allow me to refresh. Go on here. Let's see, that was under. Let's see what firewall we're using here. Firewall configuration. Firewall. About firewall config. Firewall config. No real name. Thing still won't let me do anything. The DNF Dragora. Let me even quit. Should I let it do something? Right. Administrative. Let's go to just the settings manager. Appearance. Oh, finally went away. Panel. Wonder, do we have panel 1? That's the one at the top. This is not where I want to be. Still trying to connect. Something missing in the audio. And like I said, I do have that turned off. Default menu. Oh. See if the whisker menu is available. Okay, it is. So you can change that. Arrive. We do not have the Arrive clock plug in. What is this? The XFCE panel clock. Okay. So we still don't have volume. The power icon there you can get rid of. If you're on a laptop, keep it. I'll just do it for the heck of it here. We have Drac off. It never did open. Let's open that back up under admin. Oh, sure opens up in full screen, don't it? Now we're getting some action here. Let's see what happens. Checking for updates. Huh. It just stopped, didn't it? Let me get out of full screen for a second here. No, it's still there. Still not. Oh, no way to do anything yet. Get my notes here. Fedora project. To install DFM plugin to install a package. DNF. Install package name. Let's see. This is probably going to tie up. DNF install the AISLERIOT supervisor privileges. Okay, we can do that. DNF install AISLERIOT. And if it goes through, I'll be surprised. Okay, so it highlights or defaults to N if you're trying to install something, so it's making sure. That's their way of making sure. But I'm really surprised that it went through with the Synaptic, or I'm sorry, the DNF Dragora. Is this okay? User fingerprint? Yes. All that to install one program. Which, was there even a category for games? I didn't remember one. There's one, games. And it already has unless it just did that. That's what it was. Let me open that up. Yep, it works. So that's how you install a package, but there you have to know the package name. Doing it that way, you can search for packages that way as well, saying, I want, let's say, just search, and then a package name, say, Nomac. And then if it finds it, you'll see the name of it. You can DNF install whatever the package name is. Doing some kind of updates. Surely Nomax is in Fedora's repositories. Anytime now. I should have just installed you. Anyway, that's how you search. Plugins, Nomax image viewers. you wanted to install it, you just say sudo dnf install nomax, and just like that you'll have it. Alright, so that's how you install packages or search for packages in Fedora terminal. Let's see. Repositories. See there. Repositories. Here you could add some. We'll leave them as the default here until I find a reason not to. But there's a lot of repositories. Cancel that. Oh, cancel that. Yeah, there was a problem. Please send a report. I am in VirtualBox. Probably my problem here. But it's not going to open up. I'll probably have to log out. Let's see here. Log out. Log out. Let's log back in and try again. Under administrator, DNF Dragora. Alright, and it's still not responding. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a VirtualBox thing. But you see how it works. If you, once it clears, once you get into it and you have all these entries, you just click on search here and it'll allow you to punch in a search. You'll also have categories over here where you can rewind the video and pause it there. You'll see those categories that were just there. I'm going to go ahead and just quit out of that. And that's Fedora Core. If you ask me, they really have some nice programs, a nice array of options during the install, but one of the drawbacks to me is I didn't have a specific, I couldn't just install Audacity. I had to install, oh, we got sound now? We do. Must have updated in the background. Nice. Output, let's see. Definitely got sound. Nice. So it must have updated. And that's what's happening here. Open dialog. I'm going to just close out of that. Exit it. So it's not running. But that went through the menu. Really too many stuff. Look at this. Again, like I was going to say, you have to choose a category, and within that category, there could have been 10 of these programs. And to me, that's not a pro, that's a con. Although you're able to uninstall any of these programs. Control F. If you'll look right here to remove a package, DNF remove, whatever that package name is. Go back in the full screen, right Control F. So just simply DNF remove with any one of these. That's a lot of stuff. These options, I mean, if you're in a studio, you'd definitely want these, but just a home user fooling around, making a YouTube video, what have you, it's probably way too much. What else do you say? The installer, the Anaconda installer was pretty nice. The category groups, that's the only thing that I would have a beef about, was that like I said, when you selected one category, who knew you was going to get 35 pieces of software? I mean, that's just a bunch. And in graphics, so you didn't get that. But in multimedia, you sure did. And if I'd have went for the scientific and the language and the school and all that, there's no telling how big this was. Let's see, before I get out of here, I always do that. Do a couple things here. DF-8, SDA4, SDA1, SDA2, where's 3? Well, that's a little odd. SDA2, 32 gigs, that was our, here it is, SDA4, 18 gigs, 9.1 gigabytes on the install, a fresh install. Right now it says we're using 539 megs of RAM. Let's see. I didn't see anything that said other than the task manager. Let's see, do we have H-top? Oh, but I'm gonna think all of them have top. Q will get you out of that. Control L will clear the screen. So sudo DNF install GNOME system -monitor password. And again, they default to the no, making sure that you are sure. Success. Close out of that. It should be in system monitor. There we go. Resources. I give it 2 cores of my processor. It's running less than 5% on both of those. Memory says we're using 807 megs of the 4 I gave it, with no swap being used. That's pretty nice. I should have got H-top. Wonder if they have bash top. Just up arrow that last one back, backspace that off of there, and say BASHTOP. Again with the password. See if they got it. And apparently they do. Again, it defaulted to no, ensuring that you're sure, because you have to type in yes. All right, do the same thing with neofetch. Be ready to give it a Y, type Y and hit enter, Y, enter. Okay. NeoFetch, Fedora Core 33, VirtualBox, kernel is 5.9. We've been up for 21 minutes. XFCE, 4 gigabytes of RAM. Let's see. And there's bash top. Make that huge. CPUs, 12%. Memories, 830 megs out of the 4 gigs I give it. All right, so it's pretty low on system resources, even with all that stuff. And it's not terribly huge. Let's see, home, root, 9.10 gigabytes. So that's just not terribly huge for all the software that came in with this. I'll close out of that. Tell me do not ask that again. And that's going to do it for Fedora net install. The net install, if you ask me, was a better installer than just choosing an XFCE download. Now, I might be wrong, but at least this way I did get some more selections. All right, well, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace out. Bye.